Hello, I'm Dobromila. Today, I want to share with you a deeply moving story that I came across long ago. As you listen, I invite you to ponder the profound message it carries and share your thoughts in the comments below. In a secluded corner of the vast and mystical Indian mountains, there lived an Indian father who was a snake breeder. His modest abode was far removed from the bustling main town, nestled amidst the serene beauty of nature. With a loving wife and a young son, they lived a life intertwined with the creatures of the wild. One fateful morning, their peaceful existence was shattered as their son fell gravely ill, consumed by a terrible fever that refused to relent. Desperation gripped the father's heart as he watched his beloved child suffer. In a desperate bid to save his only son, he embarked on a treacherous journey down the mountain to seek help. His quest led him to the grand palace of the kingdom, where the king held court with all the renowned doctors and wellness experts of the land. With tear-filled eyes and a heart heavy with despair, the father implored the king to save his son. He begged for the king's mercy, for the life of his precious child. Yet, the king's heart remained cold and unmoved, callously dismissing the father's pleas. Crushed and defeated, the father returned to his home, where his wife anxiously awaited news of their son's fate. When she asked about the doctor, his voice trembled with helplessness as he uttered, "The king does not care about us and refuses to help." They could do nothing but watch their son's life slowly slip away, their hearts heavy with sorrow. 3 long decades passed, and the once youthful king had a son of his own, full of vitality and life. However, tragedy struck when the young prince was bitten by a venomous snake, and despite the efforts of all the royal physicians, his condition worsened by the day. In his frantic search for a cure, the king learned of a man who lived high up in the mountains, a simple snake breeder. Desperation led him to this humble abode, where he found an elderly man living a modest life, untouched by luxury or grandeur. Knocking on the door, the king inquired, "Are you the snake breeder?" With wisdom in his old eyes, the father replied, "Yes, I am." The king poured out his heart, explaining the dire situation of his son and his desperate need for help. But as he recounted his own history, the old man interrupted with a question that carried the weight of years of sorrow. "Do you remember me? 30 years ago, I begged you to save my son, and what did you do? You treated me like garbage, like I was unworthy of your attention." The king hung his head in shame, his eyes filling with remorse. He whispered, "I remember, and I deeply regret my actions." The elderly man's wife, her heart heavy with anger and pain, confronted her husband with tears streaming down her face. "Why are you saving his son now? 30 years ago, he didn't lift a finger to help our child." The old man, his voice laced with a hint of sadness, responded, "His son should not bear the burden of his father's actions. He is innocent in all of this, and it is our duty to save him." With a heavy heart and a renewed sense of humility, the old man approached the young prince, his hands steady and his heart filled with compassion. The king watched in awe as the snake breeder used his unique skills to extract the venom and nurse the prince back to health. In the end, the prince was saved, and as he gazed upon the snake breeder with gratitude, the king felt a profound sense of humility and remorse for the choices he had made 3 decades ago. The old man's actions spoke of forgiveness and the understanding that even in the face of past injustices, kindness could still prevail. It was a powerful lesson that transcended time, reminding all who witnessed it that compassion and forgiveness could bridge even the deepest of divides, offering hope for redemption and a brighter future.